I thought Nkumu was finished.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
Vindicated. Vindicated. It was a circumcision. Yeah, that's what happened. It was a full-on circumcision that was had by Manchester United. And before I go into details of who is to blame, is it Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Is it the players? Is it so forth? I'm sorry. First of all, credit to Everton. Yes, there's going to be Manchester United takedown and put apart, but credit to what Silva is trying to do with this Everton side. Because Everton fans, they were the fans that told some other guys to get out of here. Because Everton fans demanded that no, we want to play an attractive, entertaining brand of football. And Silva has had his ups and downs this season, but it looks as if it's still going to be tough because they're quite close. They may be able to hold on to that seventh position. But when you just see when this team really plays, these guys look really good. As in the way they move the ball around, the runs that they make, the off-the-ball runs that they make, their connection with people. Richarlison is a great purchase, an absolutely great purchase. Because Zuma should actually be at Chelsea, doing well. So Everton played supremely well, amazingly well. And when these guys get on the game, this is a really good team. A really good team. And it really comes from the philosophy that Silva is trying to instill towards them. But before we get into United and the beatdown they received, Nkumu. I thought Nkumu was finished. I thought that, oh my gosh, look how well Solskjaer has done. This proves that Mourinho was a loser. Guys, I'm not going to forget how people talked about Nkumu. I'm not going to forget how he talked about Mourinho. You told me that once Solskjaer started to win with these guys, this was proof that Mourinho is done for. He really is a loser. He was the issue. Oh, he was bullying the players and he didn't do too well. That was what you said. That was the narrative that was put forth. Now what? Can change. What's the response now? Because can you now appreciate the management that Mourinho did and what he had to work with? Can you appreciate what he had to work with now? Because I watched the game. Obviously, like I was in the office, so I sat. There were bits where I had to go out and like pretty much do some stuff on the TV and everything. But I watched large portions of the game, and as great and as cohesive as Everton were, United were the complete polar opposites. It looked as if this was the first time these players played together. It looked as if they're not trained together, they're not worked together, and they were complete strangers. Say, wait, are you sure Pogba, Martial, Fred, and Lukaku, do they know each other? The amount of times that passes went astray, they went in behind, wrong run was being made, the ball went back and they went forward, the ball went forward and they did not move. The amount of times that happened, it just felt as if they were just individuals. There was no team ethos, there was no cohesion. Now, once you see that, you will now look to the manager and say, look, man, cohesion, chemistry, that comes from you. So Solskjaer definitely has to take some of that blame because, again, when I look at the lack of chemistry, I'm like, there's a breakdown in communication in training. I remember, football, and maybe sport, but specifically football, is weirdly psychological. Even for me, even anybody who's played football, whether you played football in school or not, there is a difference between playing at home and playing away. It affects you when you have to travel. It affects you when you're on a patch of grass that you're not used to being on, because you have a stronger psychological connection when you're on a patch of grass that you play 19, 20 times a season, as opposed to another patch of grass where you play at maximum twice, but most times once a season. So the approach you have playing away from home has to be slightly different. The way you prepare when you play from away from home has to be slightly different. That's why United have a pretty cool record at home, and I think they've lost their last 5 or 6 away games. So That's where you are going to look at structure. That's something you're doing, you and your coaching team. You're not. There is something that you're not doing pertaining to the away game, because the way you approach, the way you prepare for home games is not the way you're prepared for away games. Yes, you have the same ethos on how you want to play, but there's certain tweaks you have to do. That's why one of the most important things when you play away from home is possession of the ball. Keep the ball. Keep yourselves in the game and just try to get yourself into the game. Because if you're on the back foot too early and you don't really have the ball and the confidence on the ball, you will lose track of the game. And the team who are playing at home, who are more confident, more affiliated with the part of the pitch, will just keep going. Hence why Everton started well. United never responded, and United never had a period where let's just keep the ball, keep hold of the ball, let's slow the game down. Everton just kept on coming, grew much more confident, had a better rhythm, and boom, boom. Obviously, it started with that superb Richarlison G. But some of these players have to take some of the blame. And that is where the whole Mourinho thing comes in. Some of these players are trash. Let's just keep it real. Some of these players are trash. Ashley Young is trash. Fred is trash. Matic, he's okay. You know, he's doable. Lukaku, this was the trash Lukaku that we saw. Rashford, is he that good really? Martial, yeah, but I know what he's capable of doing, but he has been inconsistent. That's why right now Martial has to be like a tier 3 dude now, and that's when I look at Pogba. What does Pogba have to work with? The amount of times I saw Pogba on the ball and he was like, who is that to pass to? Where is the guy making the run? Where is the interesting diagonal run? Where is the run into space? Give me something to try and work with. Give me an interesting ball for me to play. But everybody is static. Nobody's making interesting runs. There's no really space for me to pass to. So I'm just going to make this regular, ordinary, boring sideways pass. But we need to talk about David De Gea. I was told he's the best keeper in the world. I was told he is the best keeper in the world. That's what I got told. Sigurdsson is from the road. No offense, I love him. Sigurdsson ain't Messi. De Gea, you have no business not saving that. And it's similar to the Barcelona game in the sense of like, okay, at 1-0 down, look, you're still in the game. You're still in the game. There's a psychological effect of when you go 2-0 down and your keeper makes a bad mistake. For De Gea was fully to blame for that. That was a regular shot. If De Gea read the shot well and had better positioning, that's a simple ABC save. Like the Messi goal, that's tough to save. But again, if you're the best in the world, I expect you to save that. If you're the best keeper in the world, that should be a routine save from the Sigurdsson shot. So I'm sorry, guys. I don't think De Gea is that dude. I'm sorry. I kept telling you, but you kept telling me that no, he's that dude. I don't think he's that dude. But United got circumcised. 4-0 is a slashing. That is a serious slashing. And the thing about this whole thing is like, people will now begin to make those questions of like, is Ole Gunnar, is he the right manager for the job? Is he the right man? So once he's now received the job full time, you're now seeing all these things going through. And I think what it is management, it ain't easy. But I just feel that for Ole, he deserves a summer. Based on the good work that he did to get the job, I think he needs a summer. It's going to be very complicated for United to gain this top 4 because I don't see them beating Man City. That team that I saw today, derby or not derby, I think Man City are going to levitate them. I think they may get levitated by Man City on Wednesday. It could get ugly because I don't want this for Ole because look, man, I grew up watching Ole. I don't want City to go them and publicly undress them as Old Trafford. Then you've got the game on Sunday. Because if United lose that game to Man City and they lose to Chelsea on Sunday, I think the lights out. I think the lights out. I think for Ole, yes, he wants to get the summer and everything, but I think he desperately wants to get this top 4. I think United not getting top 4, it makes it harder to attract players in the summer. But this top 4 battle, again, like bloody Arsenal lost. Who knows what's going to happen with Chelsea and Burnley? Tottenham lost. So I believe This is the craziest and the closest to football I've ever seen in all my times watching for football. So I don't really know how it's going to end up. But one thing that I do know is this team needs work. Like, I just think that Solskjaer and Carrick people, they need to take a step back and say, is this truly a team? Yes, it's worked in some of these games and so forth, but once we've faced... they beat Tottenham, they beat Tottenham on their own, I think, when they were at Wembley. But I think he's got to take a step back and say, does a midfield of Pogba, Herrera, Matic, does that work? Is that balanced? Does Lukaku truly fit into this team? How can we get the best out of Rashford? How can we use Rashford the best? And I just think that the United may need another creative mind. I think Pogba is the only creative mind in the team. He's the only creative mind in the team. There's nobody else who can bring in, okay, let me do that through ball, let me bring that ball over the top, let me bring the ball, look at that pass, let me look at that pass that no one sees. And what you need is that creative force in the last third of the pitch. Because Pogba has to hold the midfield in the middle. Sometimes he's holding the midfield in the deep. He's having to do too much. He's having to do too much. So players are needed. Bodies are needed. And again, I told, like, if it's me, Ashley Young, scrap him. Fred, scrap him. Matic, he's useful. Okay, can we do something? Lukaku, scrap him. Because I think Rashford has the potential to be the number one striker. But he has to have the right support system in order to put him in those positions where he can use his speed to get himself in a position to then finish. Because he has shown that he can get onto balls and really be a lethal finisher. But looking at it today, it was a nasty performance for United. I mean, they were really bad. As in, that's probably one of their... You could argue that's probably one of their worst performances. It's probably their worst performance this season. Including all of the Mourinho ones, this is probably one of their worst performances this season. So, I know people are going to make jokes about Ole, all that kind of stuff. Give the dude time, man. Because I'm a fair man here, and I'm just looking at it objectively. There are bad. There's only so much you can do with the bad players. Only if you're an amazing great manager like Mourinho can you work with bricks and bad players and do something. How Mourinho won a Europa League and trophies with these? He won 3 trophies with these jokers is beyond me. So, but yeah, man. But for Everton, man, they win the spoils of the day. Quality performance from Everton. United, man, mucho work to do this summer. Some players need to be dropped. Not dropped. Some players just needs to be cut fully, and a better support system needs to be surrounded around Labil. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month, and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.